Hey everybody! Looking to sink your teeth into a really cool looking Kickstarter that's got some history? It just sunk right into the core concept of it. Well, then you're going to definitely want to check out Trewell Common by Digital Taxidermy. This one is just literally soaked and saturated in history, and it's pretty darn cool. So let's just dive into it. So, welcome to Jester's 3D Tabletop Gaming! I don't have a beard. The beard's gone, but that's okay, because the hair is blue. That's what I gotta say. Here on my channel, we sink our teeth into 3D printed related stuff like Kickstarters and different Patreons. I just started a new shorts series called the Jester News, which I'm pretty excited about, so we can look forward to that in the future. And before we dive into things too far, I just wanted to say a huge shout out to Ace Archer and Joey Hafner. You guys have repeatedly pledged to my Patreon, and I can't thank you enough. Definitely helps out with the channel, so big shout out to you guys. Next on the list is we've got ourselves a little Discord, the Jester's 3D Tabletop Gaming Discord. It's filling up, it's pretty cool, I like it, everybody in there is just fan-diddly-tastic. You know what, so come, if you're an artist, if you're a painter, you're a tabletop gamer, come share your work, share your content, and just make some friends and have yourself a good time. Anyhow, now to actually sink our teeth into the juicy content of this episode. Digital Taxidermy has done it again. They have gone through and they've paid a homage to their hometown, essentially, East Anglia in England. They've gone through, there was a old location called Trewell Common, which I guess isn't there anymore, but they based this entire Kickstarter on the historical designs behind these buildings, between the flint walls and the thatch roofs. And they absolutely just sunk right into it and just took out all of the history and the lore behind it, and they just turned it into something really cool. I highly recommend you go and check out this video up top here, which is their guided tour of it as they talk about the Kickstarter itself and the actual location. Super cool. So you guys have seen Digital Taxidermy on this channel a couple times now. I've gotten the opportunity to work on their Spool Tower video and their Lost Bio video. And here we are again with Trewell Common. I will state, all of these files were given to me for free. No money was exchanged. Now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's check out some models. Alright, so these are the ones that I personally printed. So this one here is the church. To see that the textured walls on this are going to paint up really nice. I really like the fact that they do thin walls and thin floorings so that you're using up the smallest amount of filament possible. So next up, this is a kiln from that time era, and you know what, this is essentially just an insulated section that's, you know what, maybe going to be used for processing clay into pottery, something along those lines, but beautifully designed. Once again, minimal material goes into this, so it just prints up real quick, real nice, a bada bing, a bada boom. Next up is a section of their cottage piece, which they actually have multiple portions of this, different exteriors, different materials made out of these ones, so you can really print these out and mix and match them, kind of, you know, jostle the roof around, mix the middle component, make them 2 stories, 3 stories. It's really how you want to do that. And then the last part is just the entrance to the keep or the town, the village, your little prison gateway. I didn't actually print the fence for this portion, but that's okay. So anyhow, let's just take a rock and roll over to the Kickstarter page and check out some of this stuff here. So here you can see a nice assortment of the cottage walls that I was talking about, so you can mix those up however you like. They've got themselves some nice little barns, so you could, you know, put some little 3D printed horses or something into there, maybe like a 3D printed oxen. And then they've got 2 different styles of windmills from what I'm seeing here. One of them is like their spool tower variant, so you've got your old spool tower, you might as well put it to use. Print up some walls for that thing, slap on a windmill on top of that thing, and you've got yourself a good old piece of history right there. And then their other windmill as well, with working propeller. Propeller? Fan blade? Fan blade? This windmill. There, yeah, we'll go with windmill. They've got themselves a nice fantastic guard tower. I really like the looks of this thing. The good old fantastic walls, print as many or as little as you want to make your town just as you would like it. 2 variations for the church walls, and an Ickworth Rotunda spool building, which this thing just looks fantastic. I would imagine that this building in its prime and glory would have just been awesomely fantastic. They also have themselves a free well that you can go and download if you want to check out something. Free files, can't go wrong with those. And then one of their stretch goal unlockables was this fantastic keg house. We'll call it a keg house. The pub, barn, the place that you make booze. A fantastic looking bridge. So there you have it. The one thing I really gotta say that I can't emphasize enough about this Kickstarter is the fact that they just punched it full of history. I love the idea that they went through a guided tour and they brought this Kickstarter to life. They breathed their very essence into it, and I think that's fascinating. You know what, to go and actually be able to read on these buildings and find out how they were built and the materials used and why they use these materials. I think that's just a really great feature that just goes the extra mile. Another thing I really like about Digital Taxidermy's work is they try and make their models printed with the least amount of filament, which is always a kudos to, I think, every printer's, at life. Digital Taxidermy, I'm wishing you the absolute best on this Kickstarter and all of your future Kickstarters. As per usual, I'm going to be dropping a link for that down below. I want to know in the comments also what you guys think of this Kickstarter, what you think about the idea that they just poured history into it, that you can actually go for a little guided tour. Strongly recommend you check out their video. All of the files that you've seen that I had printed were printed on my Creality CR10 with Erie 1 PLA. So anyhow, I'm Jester. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Until the next time, bye-bye now. Videos up in the corner, yes, for you to click. Yes, videos up here for you to click. Check it out. Check me out. Like and subscribe. Click.